I've always loved the quaint charm of my grandparents' house, now mine, nestled in the quiet side of town. When I made the decision to remodel the bathroom, I was overflowing with the thrilling energy of transformation. The thought of a complete metamorphosis from the archaic retro aesthetic to a spa-like modern retreat was intoxicating. Enter Bob, my contractor, a grizzly bear of a man with a smile that radiated trust and competence. He had a face etched with the map of life, and laugh lines that spoke of years of mirth and cheer. His bear paw handshake was warm and comforting, exuding an aura of confidence and expertise. Bob's crew set to work, their initial energy matching the upbeat rhythm of my heart. The clatter and buzz of their tools and the lively banter was a testament to their seeming efficiency. Bob would come and go, his casual, friendly demeanor setting me at ease. I was confident I'd made the right choice. However, over time, Bob's once frequent visits became sporadic, his excuses as rehearsed as a seasoned actor's monologue. His team dwindled, their previous exuberance replaced by lethargy and silent whispers. Their hollow, uninterested faces mirrored the growing suspicion gnawing at my insides. Days rolled into weeks, then months. My once promising oasis was reduced to a barren wasteland of cracked tiles, exposed piping, and desolate silence. My numerous calls to Bob were met with hastily cooked-up excuses, each one more elaborate than the previous. When I overheard one of the crew members grumbling about delayed pay, my heart plummeted. The words echoed in the hollow, half-demolished bathroom, setting off deafening alarm bells in my mind. I needed to confront Bob. One day, fed up with the constant delays, I confronted Bob. His surprise was evident when he arrived at my house and found a different version of me, not the easygoing client he was used to manipulating, but a woman demanding answers. Serving him coffee in my grandmother's china, a symbol of the personal connection I had to the house, I began to question him. Bob, why are there constant delays? Why are your workers complaining about not getting paid? What's really going on? Bob squirmed uncomfortably, his eyes darting away. You know, remodeling is a complex process. There are many moving parts and sometimes delays are inevitable. And about the pay, it's just a mix-up with the accountant. Nothing to worry about. I was prepared for his evasions. I see. But what about the mounting debts, Bob? The legal cases you're currently involved in? And the numerous dissatisfied clients? His face blanched, the confident facade he'd maintained till now crumbling. Where did you get this information? I folded my arms, looking him squarely in the eye. I did some digging, Bob, and I don't like what I found. Bob tried to salvage the situation, his words stumbling over each other in a pitiful attempt to deny the allegations. Listen, there's been some mistakes, sure, but I've been doing this for years. Not every client will be satisfied, you know? I cut him off. Enough, Bob. You had your chance. I've given you more than enough time. I want my bathroom finished within the month, or else we're going to court. Bob's face was a palette of various shades of shock. His well-rehearsed bravado crumbled as the words tumbled from my mouth. The man who had walked in, head held high, was now reduced to a squirming mess of unease and desperation. He stuttered, tried to shift blame, but I had heard enough. In the end, Bob didn't finish the job. I'm currently taking him to court, my gathered evidence serving as an ironclad armor. The judge, a kind woman with a stern sense of justice, ruled in my favor, allowing me to recoup most of my money. The journey from being a naive, trusting client to a woman who learned to question, to demand, and to stand up for herself was arduous. Bob, the smiling scammer, was a hard lesson learned. I eventually found a new contractor, a truly competent professional who turned my construction site of a bathroom into the sanctuary I had initially envisioned. As for Bob, he was a sinking ship, drowning in debt and facing a barrage of lawsuits. Remember, home renovation isn't just about transforming your living space. It's also about learning, growing, and becoming stronger. Don't be swayed by a warm handshake or a friendly smile. Always do your due diligence. After all, in this world of Bob's, you need to be prepared to fight your own battles. Well, everyone, a lot has happened since my last post. Brace yourselves, it's quite a tale. I decided to take Bob to court, as I had mentioned before, but what I didn't expect was the turn of events that followed. My attorney and I were deep in preparations when we were approached by a woman who introduced herself as Sarah, Bob's wife. She was a slim woman with deep-set eyes that told a tale of hardships and resilience. Her expression when she saw me was not of hostility but of a strange kinship. Sarah asked to join our legal team. She confessed that she'd had enough of Bob's fraudulent activities and was seeking a divorce. It was a shock, to say the least, but having her on our side bolstered our case significantly. Her input and inside information were invaluable. The courtroom was fraught with tension as Sarah took the stand, her testimony devastating for Bob's case. His mask of confidence slipped, revealing a man at the end of his rope, his eyes wide with panic and disbelief. In a desperate, misguided attempt to turn the tables, Bob made a dramatic declaration. Rising to his feet, he shouted, "Well, Sarah's been cheating on me. How's that for honesty?" The room fell into a hushed silence, everyone turning to look at Sarah and me. Then, for added dramatic effect, Bob pulled out his phone and showed the court a screenshot of a text conversation he'd found between Sarah and me. It was harmless, a playful exchange between us, but out of context it added fuel to his claims. Bob smirked, thinking he had pulled a fast one. The judge, a stern woman known for her sharp wit, looked at Bob, then at the screenshot, then back at Bob. She adjusted her glasses, and in a clear, steady voice said, "Considering your track record, Mr. Bob, it seems like your wife made an excellent upgrade." The courtroom erupted into laughter, the tense atmosphere instantly replaced with mirth. As the laughter subsided, the order was restored, and the judge refocused the proceedings. Bob, however, had only made himself a laughingstock with his petty revelations. In a twist that no one expected, later that same day, Bob was arrested for possession of illegal substances. It was the nail in the coffin, sealing his fate not just in our civil case, but also adding a criminal charge to his already growing list of problems. The judge, a stern woman with a firm sense of justice, looked at Bob with a hardened gaze as she delivered the verdict. He was found guilty of fraud and ordered to pay significant damages. The amount was substantial, enough to cover the money I'd lost and then some. Bob's downfall was swift and severe. He was handed a prison sentence for his crimes, a fitting end to his tale of deceit. Sarah, who had been living under the weight of Bob's wrongdoings, was now free to start afresh. As for my bathroom, the new contractor did an amazing job. It's the sanctuary I'd dreamed of, a symbol of this journey I'd been on, a journey of transformation, resilience, and justice. The whole experience taught me valuable lessons about trust, due diligence, and standing up for oneself. Remember, a warm smile and a firm handshake can hide a multitude of sins. Always trust your gut and don't be afraid to question things that don't add up. And to anyone facing their own Bob, remember that truth and justice have a way of shining through. Don't lose hope, stand your ground, and fight for what you deserve. Well, hello everyone. The last time I wrote, I told you about Bob's court fiasco, his subsequent arrest, and his wife Sarah joining my legal team. Since then, life has been interesting. In the aftermath of the trial, Sarah and I grew close. We bonded over our shared experiences and the chaos that Bob had thrown us into. We supported each other through the rough times, and somewhere along the line, that friendship blossomed into something more. Yes, you read that right. Sarah and I are now in a relationship. It was unexpected to say the least, but it feels right. We complement each other in ways I never thought possible. And the best part? The look on Bob's face when he found out during a prison visit was priceless. His jaw dropping and his eyes widening in disbelief was a sight I'll cherish. And for those of you with a wicked sense of humor, here's a juicy tidbit. I have an amazing modern bathroom now thanks to the new contractor. And let's just say that Sarah and I have inaugurated it in the best possible way. But don't worry, the irony isn't lost on me. Bob, who attempted to scam me and left my bathroom in shambles, is now in prison while his wife and I are enjoying the fruits of his downfall. In all seriousness, though, this whole experience has been transformative. I've learned to stand up for myself, to fight for justice, and found love in the most unexpected of places. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at you, and sometimes those curveballs lead you to incredible new beginnings. Here's to the unexpected turns in life. May they always lead us to better places. There you have it, folks. Just goes to show, even when life throws a wrecking ball into your bathroom, you might just find a diamond in the debris. What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.